Okay. Hey, everybody. Yes. Happy Wednesday. So, we are talking today about creating conscious transformation in your business. And I really wanted to start at the beginning because when we talk about conversion mastery and just mastering different parts of your business, whether it's the marketing, whether it's the sale, whether it's your branding, ultimately your conversions. We really want to start at the beginning because we're moving into, well, we're really already in a season of change, but it's, for years to come, it's just going to be constantly adapting to change and constantly adjusting to new things and welcoming newness into your life and into your business. So we want to talk about like the basic things and really what that looks like. So, the first thing is really understanding how to build with intention and making sure that you're building with intention. And if you really want to go back to the basics of that, you start with your brand, building that foundation, understanding what your brand story is, what your brand's purpose is, what your brand's identity is, all these different elements that make up your brands, because it just makes more sense to do things with intention because you manifest faster that way. And not only that, but you're creating something you're creating something to stand on, because you can't build a house on a rocky foundation. So that foundation needs to be solid. And when you're understanding that and how to build that, and really keying in those elements and fine tuning them, then you can build faster and you can manifest things quicker. Not only that, but also your mission. What is your mission? What is, your brand's mission? Having all these things mapped out makes total sense in the beginning, because, and if you haven't done it in the beginning, because you might be more seasoned, that's okay too. You can always do these things, it's important to do them now so you understand where you are and where you want to go. But your mission, everything you do is going to be centered. Your mission is the center of it, basically. So it's going to be, your content, if you're doing events, whatever it is that you're putting out there, your mission has to be the center of that. And it makes it a lot easier for you and your business and how you want to present things and how you want to do things, because you already have something that is solid. You already have that foundation, right, to always go back to and refer to. Because if not, then you could possibly be all over the place, and it's not gonna do you any good. It's just gonna keep you not necessarily stagnant, but moving at a slower pace. All right. So if we want to manifest things and we want to keep things flowing, we have to do things with intention, and we have to make sure we're continuing with forward movement at all costs. And that's just a very important piece of the pie when it comes to consciously transforming your business and really transitioning to another level in your business. Um, I remember it starting in my business back in the earlier days, where intention was not a focus for me. And so the the only thing that I really was focused on was building, but I didn't do it with intention. So I was kind of all over the place. But the key thing is that I made sure that I was building community, right? I was building community. And that's one of the major things that a lot of people miss, and they don't start off with, because you're basically trying to figure it out. But once you have figured it out, you understand the importance of building community. Okay. Now, the key thing is, of course, building it with intention. And so you may not have, like, let's say, an offer that you want to put out that's a solid offer. You validated it already. You know that it's great. It's going to uh, impact a lot of people and transform lives, and whatever your purpose is, whatever your mission is, it may not be that already, but you have an idea, right? With an idea, you have the thought, and with your thoughts, or after your thoughts come your emotions. The key thing also is to be able to manage your emotions as you're building. Okay, so there's a lot of things within you that have to happen as well, not just the practical part of this, but also, what's going on in your mind and in your heart and in your soul and all that stuff too. You have to understand how to manage that. So there's, those are like some key things with building with intention. And the road is not going to be a smooth one all the way through. You're going to have some bumps, but if you know how to manage your emotions during those times, then you can continue to move forward, and it's not going to affect you as much as if you didn't know how to manage your emotions. Because when you don't know how to manage that, um, it can create points on your journey where you'll be stuck and you may be stagnant for a while, which is only going to hold you back. Okay. So we want to continue to always have forward movement, be in the flow, so that we can manifest things and we can get to the other side of where we are now, moving into another dimension, moving into another level, and all those great things. Okay. So, yeah, if you have not solidified, an offer or something concrete that you really want to put out there for people to buy from you, to people to work with you, that type of thing. It's okay. It's okay. Give yourself some grace to do that, to be able to do that, but continue to build with intention on, just knowing that this is something you want to create. Okay. This is something you want to create. All right. So that's the first thing. Also, discovering how to tell people what they need based on what they tell you. So that comes with having conversations. That comes with really, like kind of like keeping your ear to the wall just to listen in, but be intentional with this as well. All right. So all of these things really that I have here are about intention, but focusing more so on the needs of what your market is telling you, what they're talking about, what is because when we're looking at changes, things will always be changing. So this is like a constant conversation that you're going to have with people, current clients, past clients, clients that you want to attract. These are all people you can talk to actually get this information. Um, and I would suggest doing this. I would suggest doing it, and doing it periodically, because of the constant change, because of the constant need for different solutions, and just really serving on a higher level. A lot of people are not doing this in the industry. So if you're one of the people that are doing this, then that makes you stand out, right? That makes you stand out as an awesome coach or consultant, that you really want to serve people on that next level. So really, I would say, just have those conversations. Just reach out to people and have those conversations, even if it's people in your network. Because when I did this, it allowed me to go deeper with people, not just create the client avatar, or what I want my client to look like and where I want her to live, and all that great stuff. But it allowed me to go deeper as far as what is motivating her, what is going to motivate her to buy something from me or to work with me. How does that look? Okay. Because everything else, when you're looking at pain points and things like that, that's good for your content. That's really great when you want to put out content and you want to attract people, you want to get their attention. But the key thing is, okay, what is going to motivate them to actually want to work with me? And so you have to have conversations to understand this. Okay, you have to ask the right questions, and you have to have conversations. Okay. Also, focusing on a business model that allows you recurring income so that you get out of survival, so that you're not stuck in survival. And what I mean by survival is the feast and famine. You know, you're up one month, you're down the next month, and things like that. But you want to have something, you want to have a model that, you know, gives you predictable income and creates consistent cash flow. And a lot of times when business owners don't have cash flow, then it's like it's harder to do other things. It's harder to do the things that, you know, you might want to do, as far as like putting on big events or something like that, or hiring a team, or, you know, it's harder to do those things when you don't have consistent cash flow. So you want to focus on a business model that will get you that. Okay. For the recession, I know that, you know, there's a lot of talk about the recession. And so if you are wanting to create courses and things like that, now is the time to really get into doing that, get going with doing that. Have the idea, you have may have a thought or an idea already, but really map that out, outline it. Okay, you don't have to have the content right now, but at least outline it, get it flowing. Okay, because the more you put it out there, the more the universe responds with, you know, what you need to actually see it through. And so that's something that will help you create passive income. It can help you create recurring income, but you always want to ultimately start with the first thing that I was talking about, which is building community. Okay, building your email list, because then you will have people to sell to. Okay, it really, if you have a business model, you could have a great business model, and if you don't have anybody to sell to, then how can you master any type of conversions? How can you have conversions regularly if you're not doing that? So that's an important thing, to really build community. And what I mean by community is your email list, and continuously do that, because like I said, you're going to create courses. I don't care if it's 10 courses, I don't care if it's one course, you're going to need people to sell to, and you're going to constantly need people coming into your world just to see what it is that you have to offer. You know, so it makes so much sense to do it that way and not do it the backwards way, whether you create something and then you're trying to find people to sell to. That's doing it backwards, but it's also not doing it in a smarter way. You'll work harder doing it that way than if you were to just build your community first and then create. And, you know, and that's another way to get people to tell you what it is that they want. Because you know what I have my clients do? They build community, right? They build their email list and they survey the email list. Okay. You survey your list because you need answers. You have questions, you need answers. You don't want to be guessing. So do it that way. It just makes it a lot easier. We're talking about working smarter and not harder. Okay. And as the recession comes in, you know, things will be changing, and the needs will be different, you know. So you have to understand how you're going to adapt to that, but be ready to adapt to it. So if you do these things, which we talked about, which is continue to build with intention, build your community, okay, and sell people based on the things that they need, and focus on a business model that's going to serve you with recurring income every single month, right? Every single month. So creating courses is really great for that. Not just your coaching program, but creating a course as well, because when you have courses, people can move at their own pace with it. It's lower price point, but they get more of an idea of how you teach, you know, how you can help them. And if they want to work with you after they've taken that course, then, you know, you can do it that way. I've always said it's a good entryway. It's a good entryway to actually um, selling them or having them upgrade to a different service with you. Okay, because not everybody can afford, if you're selling high ticket, not everybody can afford your high ticket. But if they can afford a lower ticket and really just get in the door, then you can upsell them to a higher ticket. So that's something to think about as far as creating courses. They don't have to be long courses. It could just be a mini course, you know, but it's something to get them in the door and get them a little bit more of you and how you are. And so they can take the next step with you. So really focusing on these key things are like your first steps to conscious transformation in your business. And so if you have any questions about any of these things, yeah, just let me know. And we can talk about it if you need some type of structure, if you need some type of plan, or even some clarity on what it is you're offering. You may not have that figured out yet, so just reach out, and we'll talk about that as well. So have a great Wednesday. Take care, and I'll see you guys soon.